Okay, are you ready to start?
No.
Well,
I have not prepared anything.
That's too bad because we have started.
Oh.
So you might as well be a person.
You could ask me that before we start recording.
Well, that's a waste of time. I mean, I'm all about efficiency of time and putting my hands like this.
Okay,
those are the two things I'm all about.
People don't know. People listening don't know how you're putting your hands right now.
Okay, well then they're just not gonna know. Hi everybody, and welcome to a little show that we call Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. It's a podcast, and my name is Greg Benson.
My name is Craig Benzine. If you are listening, you probably know that this is a podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, you might be able to.
I do want to reiterate to anyone who's listening, just in case there's any confusion or confusing. This is a podcast.
Sure. Yes. We've established that.
Yeah.
They probably went into their podcast app. In fact, I would guess the majority of people listening already have listened to us before. They know this is a podcast.
Yeah, they've probably gone into their little podcast house, pulled up their beanbag chair, and started the podcast machine so that they can listen.
Do you know how podcasts work?
I don't.
Greg?
I've never actually listened to one, but I'm assuming that you go into your podcast house. You get in one of those beanbag chairs because there's probably like half a dozen of them in there.
Okay.
You pick your favorite color, like I feel like the yellow one today. And
so
then
do you think there's a house for
and then
every piece of entertainment?
Pretty much. And then you turn on the podcast machine and it fires up and goes zoom, 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 and the gears start turning.
Oh my God.
And they go faster and faster and faster until it generates today's podcast.
So it's like this is like a steampunk scenario.
It's like a self-generating steam-powered podcast machine.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not Greg. It's the internet. It's just you put a file on the internet. You listen to an audio file of people talking. That's it.
Okay. You know what? Maybe I was just making stuff up to be silly.
Oh. Okay.
You know what? How about we do this?
You're wearing a tie-dye shirt right now.
I am. I am. My son and I made tie-dye shirts actually a couple of years ago, and I don't wear it very often because how often do you want to wear tie-dye? But we made tie-dye shirts together, and we still have our tie-dye shirts.
It's pretty nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. It looks good on you, actually.
Believe it or not, this shirt started off as just a white T-shirt. Now it's got a bunch of colors on it.
I do believe that. Yeah, I know how tie-dye works.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great. Well, then we don't have to go into detail about that. That's gonna save about 20 minutes off of this podcast.
Okay, so we're just gonna do a shorter podcast.
My plan was like we're gonna do the introduction, talk about the podcast house and the podcast machine. Then we Oh, hang on, my alarm's going off. Do you want to see what my alarm says?
Sure. I bet it says, "Oh, be funny soon." It says.
Yeah. So I set that with a 5-minute reminder because we were supposed to start about 5 minutes from now.
We're still waiting.
All right, I tell you what. Instead of making up a bunch of silly stuff, how about I tell you? We start with a true story.
Okay.
This is a true story that's actually just happened to me. I was riding on my rickshaw the other day, and my walla started complaining to me that his doan was too tight, and.
Okay.
And it turns out that his, doing the bamboo hat, that the rickshaw drivers, the wallas wear.
Okay. Sure.
And so it turns out that his head had swelled due to an inoperable brain tumor. And can you believe the nerve of this guy? He asked me for the rest of the day off so that he could go and buy a new hat at the Hanfu shop.
This is your personal rickshaw driver?
Yeah. He's my walla. Yeah.
Okay.
He's my wallet. So he wanted to go to the Hanfu shop, which is, the shop that sells traditional Chinese clothing. And buy himself.
What country are we in this scenario?
This has happened right here in Los Angeles. And when it comes down to it, like, what am I, a charity? I already paid him the $12 for the day. And I want my full 12 hours.
He has a brain tumor.
Yeah, I know, but that's not my fault. Yeah. It's not my fault.
There's a lot wrong with what you're saying here. A lot is wrong.
Yeah. I don't really understand why you're making such a big deal. I'm trying to tell you a true story that happened to me. And
I feel like you knew I was going to make a big deal. I feel like you're prepared. Like what's going on?
No. I'm just listening to you, and I'm like, why are you making such a big deal over this? You know,
I'm not. I don't think I'm making that big of a deal compared to other things. It's like you wrote a script and you wanted me to make a big deal, and then you're like, "Why are you making such a big deal?" And you're
okay,
and now it's not working because I'm not making that big of a deal.
No, okay, no, I know. I'd appreciate it if you would if you'd listen to my story and go like, "Oh, that's an interesting story, Greg," and then we move on to the next thing.
That's it.
That's all I want. That's all I want from you.
I'd really like to know about why you have a personal rickshaw driver.
What am I going to drive my own rickshaw? Here's the deal. If I'm carrying the rickshaw and it's on my shoulders and I'm pulling it, well, then I can't ride in it comfortably, can I? You can't pull it and ride in it at the same time. Sure, so you need a wallet to pull the rickshaw. That's all I'm saying.
I would just visited you in Los Angeles. I'm home now. We're finally miles and thousands of miles apart.
Finally.
But I didn't see any rickshaws. I don't think while I was in Los Angeles. I don't think I saw
You didn't go into my rickshaw garage, did you? It's right next to my podcast shack.
I did not see that either. I saw one. You have a shed. I saw.
Yeah, I have a shed. Well, that's for garden tools. That's just a garden shed.
Yeah, you put pool stuff in there too?
I sometimes put pool stuff in there. One of these days, I plan on getting a pool. But right now, I'm just holding my pool floats in there just in case we ever get a pool.
Swim in your pool.
That was not a pool. And you should have not gone swimming in that.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell you. I didn't want to tell you because it was
your
weird.
Family.
Well, if I felt bad with you being in there, I'd be like, I don't know. I mean, he's the only one in there, so I better get in there too.
Yeah, but my daughter was in there also.
Your daughter was in there?
Yeah.
Wait, I didn't. So wait, you brought a daughter with you?
Yeah. You were there. You talked to her. Yeah.
She's the one, China, right? She's like in her 30s.
No, that's my wife.
Oh, interesting. All right, so you married a much younger woman.
Well, yes, I technically.
Yeah, you're basically old enough to be her father.
No.
You could be her father.
No, not that much younger. No, I mean, I guess I would be a very, very young father.
It's happened before.
Yeah, it's not the lifestyle I led, Greg.
That's the choice that you made.
What is?
All right, let me tell you another true story. Let me ask you a question. Yeah. Have you ever been in a situation where you're really between like a rock and a hard place and you don't know what to do? Because I was in a situation like that and I was really stuck. And so what I did was I used the rock as leverage against the hard place to set myself free.
What was the hard place?
It was just made of hard material. So I pushed the rock against the hard place.
Plastic?
It was like a metal stone plastic hard place. And I used the rock. So you use the rock as leverage because the rock is movable.
How did you get in this place?
You never know how you get in a situation like that. You do. Situations are complicated.
Yes, many are, but you generally know how you get into them.
Did you ever see that movie about the guy who went hiking and then he got his leg caught between a rock and a hard place, and then he had to end up like sawing off his own leg to get out?
It was his arm.
It was his arm, leg, whatever.
Yeah,
same thing.
It's 127 hours is the movie.
Who's got time to watch a movie that long? It's ridiculous.
Based on a true story. It's really no. That's not how long the movie is.
I barely have time to watch the TV show 60 Minutes.
Did you see 127 Hours? This is a really good movie.
Do you remember when they introduced that TV show 48 Hours? I don't have time for that. I can watch all the news in 60 minutes, and that's why I watch that show.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. 127 hours. I'm not watching that.
No, it's not the length.
Who's got time for that? Hang on a second. Hang on.
Greg, it's like you're not listening to me.
What's 127 divided by 24? 5.29. That's 5.29 days. That's 5 1/3 days.
Are you listening to words I'm saying? The movie's runtime.
Hang on.
In fact,
I'm sorry to interrupt you. An email just came in.
Okay.
I have to read
hour
the email.
and 34 minutes is the runtime of 127.
Well, then they should have called it an hour and 34 minutes. They obviously mistitled it. Listen, I can't talk right now. There's a realtor who wants my business who sent an email like on his email list. Mm-hmm. It says, would you sell if it says, I just read the annual cost of maintaining a home is 26% higher than 4 years ago. This is important. I got to read this right now. This is why many sellers are cashing in on the equity they've gained recently. I know this is probably a crazy question, but if you got a great offer, would you consider selling?
No, Greg.
And then there's a phone number. I should call.
Sure.
I should probably call him.
No.
I should probably call him
Greg.
and let him know that I would not consider selling right now.
No, just ignore it. I would just ignore
what? But no, that's just rude.
Yeah, that's fine. I think that's fine.
I mean, the guy sent me an email, and with his phone number, he obviously wants me to call and answer his question, yes or no.
Greg, it's
how about if I just call real quick and I just say no thanks, and then just hang up?
Go ahead. Actually, do that. Go ahead.
Okay, just a second.
You doing it? Guess what? I got a text this morning. I'm going to read that while you're doing that.
Now I got to open back up the email. All right, here it is.
This is for real. I got a text out of nowhere from a number I didn't recognize.
Here we go. I'm calling.
Listen, I'm talking. I'm saying words.
Call is not available at this time. Please try your call again later. Announcement.
I don't think you really called that number.
Is not available at this time. Please try your call again later.
Announcement.
Should I hang this up? Oh,
hang
itself.
that. Yeah.
I can't.
Greg?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
My mic isn't on. I feel like...
No, your mic is on.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Listen, I got a text this morning.
Yeah?
100% true.
Yeah.
Text from an unrecognized number. It's the weirdest text I think I've ever received. It says, Anita, why don't we go to shooting practice tomorrow? That's what it says.
Yeah, I get a lot of texts like that. You have too, I'm guessing. Have you gotten a lot of random texts like are you're free for lunch? Or sometimes it's a little more obvious, like, oh, your number isn't in my phone. Whose number is this? And they want you to respond so that they can confirm that you've got a real cell phone number that they can then sell as a confirmed active number.
Yes, this one calling me Anita was interesting.
Yeah,
that's.
Well, maybe you need a new number.
Oh,
okay,
Greg.
Yeah,
Greg.
Yeah, I know. Pretty good.
That's really. I'm just reacting to the advice. That's really good advice.
Yeah, you might need a new number. We have a new review that I want to read because this is a really good review. It's a 5-star review, and it came all the way from Canada. This was just. I mean,
released. It just was on the internet. It's not like it was.
No. They sent the review all the way from Canada, and you know how expensive postage is nowadays.
No.
So
just the internet.
They have to. Yeah. Well, they had to mail in their review to the
internet's
podcast
very
machine
nice because you can communicate all across the world in an instant.
Well, then why don't you text somebody in Uganda? See how that works.
Well, I'll look up a Ugandan number.
Yes, go ahead and send them a text and see what happens.
Okay. I'm going to Uganda.
Is it Uganda or Uganda? Uganda.
It's Uganda.
Uganda.
It's definitely not Uganda.
Have you ever gone to Italy and ridden on a Uganda? How they push you on those long poles and you sit in the Uganda and they
I knew immediately what you were getting at.
They push you. It is so romantic. You can hold hands
romantic.
With your wife or any stranger and share a glass of wine.
To ride a Uganda.
If you share a glass of wine together, you save money because it's like half price of 2 glasses.
Sure, I've never been to Venice, Italy.
Oh,
I've never
delightful!
Been.
It is. It's in Italy. That's what a lot of people don't tell you that it's in Italy.
I think everyone says that.
And no one told me that. But we found it anyway because we found a taxi driver who knew where it was.
Okay.
And he drove us right there.
From where?
It's terrific. From LA.
There. No, impossible. You might have gone to Venice, LA, basically.
There's a Venice, that's what I'm talking about, Venice, California.
Yeah.
And you go and you ride the Uganda?
No. I don't think there are Ugandas in Venice.
Yes, there are.
California.
Yes, there are.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are Ugandas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're so romantic. Anyway, this review is from Canada. They sent us all the way from Canada. Canuck Tunes via Apple Podcasts posted a 5-star review, which he rated 5 stars. The title of the review is...
Wait, he rated the review 5 stars?
Yeah, he rated his own review. Apparently, he rated his own review 5 stars.
Okay.
The title of the review is "This is a podcast," and then the bulk of the review says in parentheses, "See title of review."
Okay.
So, I mean, we got that.
Okay. That's Great. Thank you.
It's right. It's right there. In case anybody doesn't believe it, I did a screenshot.
Sure.
Yeah, I did a screenshot. See, look, it says right there, Canada. Look at that. Woo! Yeah,
this is a podcast.
Yep.
I kind of love it. Hang on, Greg. You're gonna have to talk amongst yourself for a second.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you tell everyone your favorite recipe?
Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
We'll just wait till Craig gets back. Boy, this is awkward. Craig left. Oh, he's coming back.
Okay.
And that was my favorite recipe.
Yeah? What was it?
You just have to listen later. It's really, and I gave the whole recipe so people can enjoy it.
A recipe for what?
Disaster.
Oh, recipe for disaster. Mm-hmm. That's the name of this episode.
Yes, it is.
Right?
We just write that down. Let me just write that down. Recipe for disaster. Okay. You got it. Everybody's going to want to hear that because they're going to be like, what is the recipe for disaster?
You know what the best part of a podcast is? It's when the podcaster takes a note. That's the best part, I
think. That's good. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, that's my favorite part too. When I'm sitting in my beanbag chair in the podcast shack,
you don't have that.
That's what I want. That's what I want to hear. You know?
Yeah, sure.
Before I go diving in my pool, which isn't a pool apparently.
What is it? Yeah. What
No, nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Well, I was in it, and you were in it, and
I know, and it hurt. It was painful.
No,
You're not supposed to get in that
it was
thing.
fun. It was relaxing.
Fun. That's what I meant to say. Fun and relaxing. That's what I meant to say.
Okay.
I don't listen. Words. What are words for when no one listens anymore? You know what I'm saying?
People listen. I feel like if you're saying nonsense, they're just not going to respond. That's
Hey, okay, listen. Let's not talk nonsense then. Let's talk about how we re-recorded a bunch of podcasts when Craig was here in Los Angeles, California. We recorded a bunch of podcasts together, a bunch of episodes. I think we did 5 or 6 episodes, something like that.
Yeah.
And so we're rolling them out. Maybe 5. Maybe 6. I don't know.
I think
5 or 6 probably. We probably did 5 episodes, maybe 6 episodes.
Yeah,
anyway,
I think it was 6.
Probably 5 or 6. Anyway,
okay.
Probably
might be 5. Actually,
might have been 5. Might have been 6. I don't know.
Okay.
We don't know.
Sure.
No one knows for sure. So anyway, so we're rolling them out, which means that they're all out of date. And so right now, I will tell you that, guys, right now it is July 23 at 9:09 in the morning Pacific time, which is a different time in Craig's clock because he lives in a different place. Let's not get into that. It's complicated.
It's just time zone.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes.
So, you know, we've got all these outdated podcasts, and they're outdated because so much has happened in the past week since Craig has been here.
Yeah.
We have a president of the United States who is running for the presidency for next year, and then he all of a sudden he goes, nah, I don't wanna.
And we also have a one who was shot.
And shot in the ear, you know?
Yeah.
Very exciting times.
Yeah.
Very exciting times.
Yeah, but luckily we rarely talk politics anyways.
We don't talk about things that are topical. But I'm mentioning this because I did get a text yesterday from my friend Kamala. Kamala Harris sent me a text recently.
Here's you should probably pronounce it Kamala.
No, I pronounce it Kamala. She likes it Kamala.
Okay.
It rhymes with camel.
I guess you must not be very good friends. But anyway,
we are good friends because she loves and trusts me enough that when she needs money, she texts me and asks me to give her money, which that's a real friend because a lot of friends are too shy to ask you for money.
Okay. Can I have some money?
See, that just shows what a good friend you are.
Yeah.
And no, you cannot have money. And I said the same thing. I said the same thing to my friend Kamala. Okay. I said, no, you cannot have my money.
Yeah.
But I will send you a dozen muffins. But here's the thing. When I do a dozen muffins, I do a baker's dozen. So she's going to get 13 muffins.
Wow.
She'll get that extra muffin.
That's not going to help her campaign at all.
It does if she sells the muffins. See, you're not thinking clearly, man. If she needs money for her campaign, all she has to do is have a bake sale, sell the muffins, and all of that money is
how much do you think
whatever she wants to sell them for. $10 a piece, $1,000 a piece, whatever she can get for the muffins.
Both are high for a muffin, but
whatever. I mean, it's Washington D.C. The prices are out of control there. Whatever she can get for the muffins, she puts that right back into the campaign. Boom, it's a win-win for everybody.
No, this is a lose. This is just a lose, is what it is.
I don't know, man. They're really good muffins.
I feel like just money would be fine. I think the time spent and the resources to do a bake sale would.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. When you're running for president, or when you're hoping to run for president, I should say, because we don't know, it's not confirmed yet. Sure. All you got is time. You got plenty of time.
No, as I understand it, you're doing a lot of fundraising, and even after you win, you're just doing fundraising. Most of the time.
You know when I say fundraising, more like fundraising. You know, because that's all it is. When you are running for president or you are president, nothing but fun. If Bill Clinton showed us anything, it is nothing but fun and blowjobs.
Depends on your style of presidenting.
Can we call this episode "Fun and Blowjobs"?
The previous no, probably not.
Okay, it's too bad. You'd get so many more listeners.
Yeah. They'll look at that and be like, I remember the Clinton administration.
I want to hear about that. That's going to be fun. And blowjobs.
And then the previous president was mostly golfing, as far as I understand it. So
I don't remember. I honestly don't remember who the previous president was.
Okay.
I don't. Was that Carter?
He was one of the previous ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think the last one was Carter. I don't remember.
Yeah. Sure.
He just didn't leave any sort of impression on me. And now it's time for the Patreon-only bonus section. Starting now. This portion of Two Guys Talking About Lettuce has been edited out for your listening inconvenience. If you wish to hear the complete, unedited version with the bonus talking, be sure to visit patreon.com/Two Guys Talking About Lettuce. And now, back to the edited, not as good version of the podcast. That's the end of the Patreon-only bonus section. Thank you so much for listening.
Wow. That discussion was so good that I forgot we were even in the Patreon-only section.
I know. We got into it. It's like we saw where it was. We saw the opening. We jumped right into it. And then we stayed in there for the whole Patreon-only bonus section.
Yeah, you're not saying much, but you're saying it enthusiastically.
I should be a politician, because that's all you have to do is say things with conviction and say them enthusiastically, and then people are like, "Man, that guy is confident. He knows what he's talking about."
You watch cable news; they have like a shred of news, and they talk about it for 4 hours.
Yeah, that's why I don't watch cable news.
Yeah, well,
also I don't
watch
have
it
cable
for 4 hours every day. So.
Do you? That seems like a waste of time to me.
It is. It is a waste of time.
You could be doing something productive, like learning all the state capitals. Do you know all the state capitals?
To my daughter. I did at one time.
But you don't now, I bet.
Here, let me list them. Ready? Madison, St. Paul.
Wait, what's the capital of Madison?
Madison is the capital of Wisconsin.
No, it's not.
Oh, the capital of Madison.
What is Madison? All right, what's the capital of Wisconsin then?
Madison.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
That's incorrect.
No?
Nope.
Okay, well, what is it?
W. It's a capital W.
Oh,
Idiot.
My God.
Alabama. What's the capital of Alabama?
Oh, my God.
Capital of Alabama? A. See, I know all of them.
Montgomery?
What's the capital of Montgomery? M.
I think Montgomery is the capital
I know
of Alabama.
all the capitals. You could in also countries. Ask me what's the capital of Zimbabwe? Z.
No, Greg, you're just talking letters here. What is the capital of Zimbabwe? I'm going to look it up.
Well, Zimbabwe is the capital of...
Nope.
Dramamine.
Harare.
No.
Harare is the capital. Or Harare.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's Harare.
Harare. Yeah.
When you start to sing and you show your ding-a-ling, that's hurrah-ray.
Hurrah-ray.
Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling. That's hurrah-ray.
Hurrah-ray. Okay. I didn't know that song was about
When
the
you
capital
go to
of-
Burger King and you order a large fries, that's hurrah-ray.
No.
It is. They have a
I don't know
Burger
what
King
that-
in Harare. What, you think they don't have a Burger King in Harare? Look it
I
up.
don't know.
Look it
Okay,
up.
I'm gonna look it up.
Get the
Okay.
address for
Is there
Burger
a
King in Harare.
Burger King in? Maybe I'm the only person who's ever Googled this. Harare. Is there a Burger King in Harare?
It'd be funny if you started to type, is there and you type BUR and then it just autofills Burger King in Harare. It's like that's a super common question. If there is there a Burger King?
Well, there's a Burger King Zimbabwe Twitter account.
Yep. I bet you anything they have one in Harare. That's the capital. I don't know if you knew that was the capital of Zimbabwe. So here's what I want you to do. See if you can get on their website, order an order of fries, and then just put the instruction there. Give them to anyone. And someone gets a free order of French fries. And get the large fries. Don't be cheap.
I don't see an ability to order online.
Do you have the Zimbabwean Burger King app on your phone?
Burger King Zimbabwe, Rotten Row Street, Harare, Zimbabwe.
Man, I would not live on Rotten Row Street.
Yeah.
That is the street I would not live on.
Okay, I'm looking it up. I'm looking up on Google Maps. Rotten Row Street, Harare, Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going.
Yep.
We're on Rotten Row Street.
See if you can get a visual image, like a street view.
Okay. I'm looking for Burger King. See locations.
This is so exciting.
It jumped me back to where I am.
What? Why would it do that? Oh my God.
Burger King near Zimbabwe. Okay, Burger King. I don't know. It's not looking good. It's not looking. Wait. Oh. Nope. There's a.
Come on, man.
It took me to a different restaurant called Rocco Mama's Borrowdale.
Oh, I love Rocco Mama's Borrowdale.
Okay.
Oh my God. They make the fish tacos there are terrific.
Sure. I think
if you guys are ever in Harare, Zimbabwe, go to Rocco Mama's Rock Palace. What's it called? What'd you say?
Rocco Mama's now I lost it. Rocco Mama's Borrowdale.
Rocco Mama's Borrowdale. That's what I said. Borrowdale is Zimbabwean for Rock Palace.
Oh, they have a smash burger and ribs and wings.
Their smash burger's terrific.
Yeah.
Their fish tacos are great. Do they have fish tacos?
It looks good. It looks kind of like Burger King.
Does it really? Do they have fish tacos? If they do, you should order them right now.
I don't see. It looks like burgers. They have waffles. Oh, they got like enormous like milkshake things.
I'm gonna put an idea out there.
It looks like an American fast food place to me.
People love burgers. People love waffles.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put something out there. Make a burger on 2 waffles instead of a bun. Bam! That's your new business. You guys are gonna make so much money. Please send me 10%.
I'm seeing some kind of chips nacho thing.
Yep.
And I'm seeing amazing looking ribs at this place.
I love ribs in Zimbabwe.
Not seeing fish tacos though.
The only thing about the ribs in Zimbabwe, I don't mean to offend anybody who's listening from Zimbabwe. Human ribs.
Stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're human ribs.
Are they?
That's just what they serve there.
Oh, I didn't realize
they're human ribs, but that's why they're so tender.
Oh wow.
Yeah. You know why?
I've never had that.
You haven't had human ribs?
No.
You're missing out.
Oh, you have?
You are missing. I haven't, but I think we're both missing out.
Looks like they got some kind of like hush puppy thing, and I know it's not a dog. They're not eating dog, Greg.
Do you know why they're called hush puppies? Because you can toss them to a dog if the dog is barking, and the dog will start eating them, and the dog will shut the fuck up.
Okay. I mean,
they used to be called shut the fuck up dogs.
Okay.
Yeah.
That just the branding wouldn't have been very good.
It wasn't. And then there are people like, I don't want to, this seems too negative. So then they changed it to hush dogs. And then they're like, it still doesn't sound right. We prefer cute little dogs. And they're like, all right, hush puppies. And then they just took off. Yeah. Long John Silver's like made a whole business out of selling hush puppies to kids.
You know, I had Long John Silver's for the first time like 2 years ago. And you know what?
Terrible.
Salty. Too salty.
You know, I feel like it was one of those places that was great, like when we were kids.
Yeah.
You know, remember when you were a kid in the 1960s? I bet it was great back then.
It could have been. I mean, it wasn't. It was okay. It was fine, but it was just salty. It was salty.
It used to be a great place to go for like kids' birthday parties because they'd give you all these pirate hats and a treasure map, and they'd give you like a big pot full of actual gold, you know, and you could take that gold to a gold depository.
I can see why they didn't do that for very long.
But it was awesome. Kids loved it because kids love a big heavy pot of gold, and
they like to protect themselves against fiat currency, I think.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. And so I deposited back then, and back then, gold was like probably under 400 an ounce, and now it's up to 2,800 an ounce. Do the math. I have like an eighth of an ounce of it. So I don't know how many millions of dollars I made.
Oh, okay. Wow. I mean, just from I've never heard of this, and you know what? I don't think it's true.
No.
How? No, I don't.
Okay. No. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Look, I don't know all the things.
We should do our next episode in Harare, Zimbabwe. I'm looking around.
I would love to, especially if we can go get fish tacos at my favorite fish taco place, Rock and Rolls Rock Palace.
Rocco Mama's Barrodale.
That's what I just said.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I feel like I say a thing and then you repeat it, but you use different words.
I say a thing, you say it wrong, and then I tell you what it is.
Okay, that's a good plan too. Let's do that.
Yeah, okay.
Let's do that.
Well, we did that. Yeah. Okay, Greg. What else? What else you got for me?
I have a fun practical joke that anybody can do. It's a super fun thing I could recommend to like people.
Okay. I mean, is it safe?
It's safe. It's easy. It's harmless. It's not going to hurt anybody. It's not going to make anybody angry. It's a practical joke that will make people laugh and will brighten their day. And there's nothing like brightening someone else's day. Is there, Craig?
Why is it? Did you just call me Greg?
I might have called you Greg. I don't know. Are you Greg?
No, you're Greg.
Okay. Look, I can't be expected to keep it straight. Just don't sidetrack the conversation when I'm trying to tell you about a really good practical joke that you can do.
Why am I having a hard time believing you about this practical joke? Why?
Maybe you have trust issues. Did you ever think of that, Greg?
I do with you. I do.
Okay, I don't really understand because I've proven myself to be a good, trustworthy friend.
Well, not while we're recording a podcast so much. Maybe in person.
In person, in real life.
I'm sorry to get that. I'm sorry to spread the reputation that you're actually a nice person in person.
It's all right. I think people can kind of guess that. I mean, that they can kind of guess that there's a reason why we're friends and why we hang out in person as well as just over the podcast.
Money and opportunity. That's why we're friends.
Yeah, I mean, mostly for the money and opportunity, obviously. But that's any friendship, though.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
All right, anyway, guys, if you want to do a practical joke, anybody can do this. It's super easy. It's super fun. First step, always keep a chair with you wherever you go at all times, because you never know when you're going to need to do this. Okay, so you keep.
This is already impractical.
No. I'm just saying. No. Just in one arm, you just carry around a chair with you.
Okay,
it's so easy. It doesn't have to be a heavy chair. It can be like any kind of chair, like a lightweight.
I'm already out. Everyone is already out.
What? Uh-oh, he froze. Did we lose Craig?
Lost connection with you.
Oh my God, you lost connection with me.
There, I'm back.
Now you're back. You temporarily lost it.
No one is going to carry a chair around with them everywhere they go.
Well, they might. Why? If they want to do the practical joke, you have to be prepared for the practical joke. Is all I'm saying.
Okay, well, just tell me what the joke is.
Carry a chair around with you. It could be like an armchair. Could be like a love seat. You know?
Yeah. Okay, just a chair.
Sure. Could be one of those lightweight, foldable, portable chairs.
That will be the one. No one's carrying around a love seat. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So you carry around a chair with you. Okay. And then, you know how sometimes people get angry in public and they start yelling? Yeah. For instance, we were at the airport recently when we were flying back from Denver, and there was a man in the Denver airport who was yelling at whoever was behind the counter, over at Southwest Airlines. And by the way, Southwest Airlines, one of the friendliest airlines. Never yell at anybody who works for Southwest Airlines. You yell at people who work for United. That's who you yell at.
Yeah.
Yell at United Airlines.
No.
Never yell at Southwest.
These are all just employees and trying to do their best.
Exactly.
Maybe not all
Except
of them,
the ones at United. They're horrible. So you yell at those people from United Airlines. United Airlines is the worst airline. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Never had much problem with United.
Yeah. Awful. The worst. Anyway, we can at least we can both agree on that. Okay, great.
Sure. Yeah.
So when people get angry in public and they start yelling and they say, this is outrageous and I won't stand for it. Well, as soon as they say I won't stand for it, you give them the chair.
Okay.
So that they can sit down, and it is always highly amusing.
A rare occurrence. That would be it's very. I don't know if I've ever heard anyone yell angrily, "I won't stand for it." I don't know that I've ever heard that.
You are missing out then. So that's why you keep the chair with you. Someone yells, "I won't stand for it." You go, "Here you go, sir." And be very respectful. Here you are, Mr. Williamson. You refer to them by their full name. Mr. Eric Williamson.
I got a more
Newark,
practical
New Jersey.
One. I got a more practical joke.
By the way, free shout out to Eric Williamson of Newark, New Jersey. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Everybody, do me a favor. Look up Eric Williamson of Newark, New Jersey. Give him a call and let him know that he got a free shout out on this podcast. Let him know the podcast episode name and number so he can go and listen to it.
What was the name you said?
Eric Williamson of Newark, New Jersey.
Yeah,
I just made it up, but I'm sure there's an Eric Williamson who lives in Newark.
Newark is a pretty populated place. So
let's see. And he's probably of the Newark Williamsons. That's what I'm guessing.
Eric Williamson
of Newark, New Jersey. You looking him up?
Yeah, but that's Tampa Bay area. Wait, Eric Williamson. There's a Facebook page, Eric Williamson in Newark, New Jersey.
Yeah, good. So everybody look up Eric Williamson. Let him know that I've given him a free shout out. There's no charge for that shout out, Eric.
I should not have pointed this out because now people are actually going to do it.
Though I hope that they do. I hope we get a lot of we just get a lot of cards and letters thanking us for the shout out.
Yeah, it looks like he's a New York Knicks fan. Okay.
Great. Right. Nothing wrong with the New York Knicks. I have no problem with the New York Knicks. Now is that football?
Listen, that's basketball.
Basketball, baseball, whatever. It's all the same sport.
No, it's not the same.
It's the one where the players have a ball, right?
They occasionally have the ball. Yes.
It's the same thing then. The players, they have a ball. They're trying to score points with it. Bam, same sport.
No, not exactly.
I think it is.
I mean, baseball, you're not scoring with the ball necessarily. You're getting yourself to home plate.
Yeah, they're trying to make points though, right? Isn't it all based on a point system?
Sure, it is a point system.
And every sport is the same. The more points you get, like golf, the more points you get, the more you win.
It's weird that you pointed out golf as the example.
The more prizes you win. If you get say 500-600 points in golf, you're going to win a lot of prizes.
No, Greg. Anyway, listen.
One time I played golf. I got 655 points, and I got one of those huge stuffed turtles.
Sure,
it's a huge stuffed turtle.
Do you have another prank idea, or is that it?
I mean, I could just make one up if you want. I mean, that was one that I was thinking about ahead of time.
I was thinking a more practical one would be you carry around a breath mint, and then when someone is angry and they go, "I'm fed up," you say, "Oh, great, here's a breath mint."
It's only wafer thin.
You could say that. I guess you'd say that.
Monty Python reference just for people who like Monty Python.
It's wafer thin.
Mr. Creosote. It's hilarious. Yes. So that's literally the only time that I have ever actually fallen on the floor laughing. When I saw The Meaning of Life, when it was first released in the theater back in 1983, I believe. Saw that movie.
That was the tone of voice you use when you don't know what you're going to say.
I didn't know for sure. I think it's 1983. That's what I would guess. Yeah. If I was on a game show and they said, "When did The Meaning of Life come out?" I go, "I'm 1983." Yeah. That's probably what I'd guess. Tell me if I'm right. Look it up and let me know if I'm right.
Anyway, looking it up.
My dad took me and my brother.
1983.
Look at that. Boom, I just won the game show. I just want another stuffed turtle. So my dad took me and my brother to see The Meaning of Life, and in the Mr. Creosote scene where the big guy just keeps throwing up, I laughed so hard that I couldn't get a good breath and breathe in. I was laughing so hard, and I literally fell on the floor. I was in the aisle seat, and I fell into the aisle laughing, and then I was just rolling around. I was ROFL, as the kids say.
Did you say that at the time? Did you?
I was
say
like,
ROFL?
man, look at me, I'm ROFL.
You did, and
rolling on floor laughing.
Yeah, and no one knew what the hell you were talking about.
Should it be ROTFL? Rolling on the floor laughing? Or LWROTF? Laughing while rolling on the floor?
I mean, you don't need all those words in there, though.
I'm just thinking that it's clearer. From now on, I'm going to say LWROTF.
I think you should just say raffle. That's what I say. I say
raffle.
Yeah.
Yeah. One time I won a raffle. I bought one of those raffle tickets.
Yeah. What'd you win?
I bought a house.
Wow, you just malfunctioned. Greg just malfunctioned, everybody. He couldn't lie about the raffle. Couldn't do it.
It wasn't a raffle. It was a raffle.
Oh, a raffle. He couldn't lie about the raffle.
I did win.
Won a house.
Listen. Test me on 3 more state capitals. Give me 3 more states. I'll tell you the capital. Go.
Okay, Vermont.
V.
Oh, jeez.
2 more.
Hawaii.
H. Come on, one more. I'm on a roll.
Nevada.
L. Oh, I messed up.
No.
God, no. Shoot, I forgot what the capital of Nevada was. M.
You thought I was going to say Louisiana. Yeah, I think.
M?
Yeah.
Is it M?
No.
Nevada, right?
No.
My father-in-law lives in Nevada.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, good. Well, I hope you've all had fun today. I know I have.
I had fun. I had a lot of fun. I actually did this time.
Yeah, good.
Did.
Hey, listen, I always have fun with you because this is a silly thing to do. What we do is we talk about things, but do we?
No, I think that's arguable. I think that really is arguable. Why don't you let us know in the comments, everybody, in the review. Leave a review.
Yeah. Leave a review. Let us know if you've tried the practical joke with the chair that I told you about. Mm-hmm. If you guys tried that, I want to hear how it went. Maybe you got some video of it.
I want to know how long you had to carry around a chair before you gave up. That's what I want to know. Because no one is going to say I won't stand for it.
No.
It's a rare thing.
You will hear that every once in a while. Here's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So people are going to be like, I'm not going to carry around a chair with me. It's too much work. Mm-hmm. And then like 2 weeks or 2 months or 2 years or whatever later, they're going to be somewhere, and then someone's going to get really angry, and they're going to say, I won't stand for it. And they're going to be like, God damn it. I don't even have a chair with me.
I don't know. I've been in situations where people got angry, but I don't remember any situation where...
Oh, no. Craig died again. Shoot. He froze.
Hello?
You're back.
Hi. What's the deal? Is it my internet or is it yours?
It says your internet connection is unstable, so I think that means your internet connection.
But it looks like it's coming from your computer.
Yeah, but it says your internet. It didn't say my internet connection is unstable. It said your internet.
But if it would have said my, it would have been referring to itself, the computer. So
okay. Listen, this is all just semantics. Basically, let's just both agree this is your fault, and you've totally messed up this podcast by having an unstable internet connection.
I feel like you need to upgrade. You need to upgrade.
Yeah? Did you ever see the movie Upgrade?
I did see the movie Upgrade.
Is it a movie or is that a TV show?
It's a movie.
Is it?
It's like a action sci-fi thing.
Yeah? I never saw it. I don't know anything about it.
It was pretty good, shockingly gory at times.
Yeah? You're shockingly gory at times.
Yeah. Well,
boom.
You
can be.
You should have seen the toilet earlier. It's not really gory.
Oh, he pooped in it. Oh, well, when we get to the poop jokes, that means that the episode is over. Thank you so much for listening to two guys talking about lettuce. My name is Gregory Charles Xavier Benson.
I'm talking about lettuce. Do you have 4 names?
I do now.
Okay. My name is Gregory Jehoshaphat
talking about
Bert.
lettuce.
Carl.
Talking about lettuce.
Benson.
Talking about
You were just always trying to like one up me, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess so.
mean-
this time.
Okay, that's a lot of names, and I don't feel like any of them are yours. None of them. None of them.
Well, actually, none of them are, because Gregory isn't my name.
No, and Benson isn't your last name.
No, so
Yeah,
that was a complete lie.
Yeah, it might be. If you and I next time you come to LA, let's drive to Vegas and get married. Then you'll change your last name to Benson.
Okay. Why
Just
don't
for
we
the
just
fun
go
of it.
directly to? Why can't I just go directly to Vegas and we meet there?
Well, it's just easier if you come here for me because then we can just drive.
Well, you're still going to have to drive.
Oh my God,
regardless.
this is our first argument as a married couple.
True. Yeah.
Have a great week, everybody. We'll catch you next week.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Happy
I'm the last
holidays.
person to say something in this episode. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
I'm the last one. Bye-bye. Bye.